We're Kseniya and Oleg, four-time U.S. national competitors whose goal is to make Team USA and represent the U.S. at international competitions. We'll share with you what we learn along the way, so let's make this journey together.
Hi everyone!
We're here at Fox Valley Ice Arena, our home rink, and winner's here. This is the first snowfall of 2016, for us anyway. What are we showing them today, Kseniya?
We will show you how to do a counter.
Alright, let's do it! You got me in the face. In order to be able to do counters properly, you have to be comfortable with your deep forward and backward, inside and outside edges. You also need to be comfortable with pressing and rising on edges. If you are struggling with any of this, check out our Skating Essentials playlist for edges, as well as our power pole videos to help you with your edge presses. To do the forward inside counter, you press and push into a forward inside edge. As with all edges, don't stroke directly into the direction you want to end up. Instead, head about 45 degrees away from where you want to end up and come around on a lobe. This way you won't be flat and will be on a solid edge. You press deeper into the knee and ankle, then rise to make the turn happen. You press back down into the knee and ankle after the turn. Notice that your skating knee and ankle should be in constant and fluid motion. If you pause your knee action or don't use your ankle, then you won't gain the flow necessary to do the counter properly. A common mistake is to wait with the knee bent in the same amount the entire entry lobe. This is usually a result of the skater being uncomfortable with pressing and rising fluidly on deep edges. And while you can correct this in the counter, you should do other exercises as well to improve your knee and ankle action. If you struggle with smooth knee and ankle action in this counter, and do nothing but work on the counter to improve your knee and ankle action, you may find that your knee and ankle action won't be improved in other things, even other types of counters. Because in order to develop your smooth knee and ankle action, it has to become a way of skating and not something that you do in a very specific instance. When skating backwards after the turn, avoid going too far on the ball of your foot. Here we see how the pressure is spread out throughout the turn. Notice that the pressure is least leading right into the turn through right out of the turn. However, you still have to maintain some pressure, otherwise you will jump it. Here's an approximation of where the pressure is in your foot. Notice that you only get up on the ball of the foot for the turn. Both the entry and exit edges are skated through the heels. If you skate the entry edge on the ball of the foot, you will have only the toe picks to rise into to do the turn. If you skate the ball of the foot on the exit edge, you won't gain as much acceleration on the exit edge and are very likely to end up on the toe picks. And just like the smooth knee and ankle action has to be a habit, the same goes with skating through your heels. This applies for both forwards and backwards. Since the ankle is hinged to the leg at the back, you ride the heels, rise up and press down the length of your blade for pushing and turning. In order to do the counter, you have to do a cross twist with your upper body in relation to your hips. On the entry lobe, you twist your free side back and you bring it forward and through as you rise to turn. After the turn, you twist it back again. A common mistake is to bring your free side through too early, or to try to do the turn with your hips and shoulders square the entire time. If you are struggling with this, practice your deep forward and backward edges and focus on doing the upper body twists correctly there. The twists you do in the turn are the same you do on the forward inside edge and the backward inside edge. Don't look down. This should be obvious, but it's probably the most common mistake in skating. Now let's look at some counter tracings. Here we see a correct counter turn. Notice that both the entry and exit edges are on good edges and lobes. Also, there are no scratch marks. Here we see a 3-turn like counter. This is a very common mistake. Often, if a skater new to counters feels they are easy to do, they are likely overskating the entry edge and changing edges, then doing a 3-turn. Here we see a flat entry edge. In this video, we talked about offsetting your direction by 45 degrees and coming around on a solid edge and lobe. Here's what happens if the skater strokes directly in their intended direction. Here is a flat exit edge. This tends to happen if the skater is uncomfortable with doing deep backward edges. Among other things, flat edges can be the result of incorrect upper or lower body action, incorrectly timed action, forcing your turn, not keeping your upper body over your skating foot, pitching forward, not setting your skate on an edge right away after the turn, and lacking enough control over your edges. If even a portion of your entry or exit edge is flat, or looks flat from a distance to your observer, it's not a clean turn. The fastest way to improve your counter is to feel exactly what it is that you are doing. Understand where the flaw is, and work on that flaw not just in the counter. For example, if you keep hitting your toe picks in the turn, odds are that you are doing it in other turns and are riding the ball of the foot in your skating. If you have a problem with a turn, avoid finding an idiosyncratic way of doing it and not actually fixing the problem. So for example, even if you find a way of doing the counter on stiff knees, you won't unlock your counter's full potential. Also, avoid overanalyzing and instead feel what your body is doing. If you ever doubt your ability to reach a higher level of skating, remember that nobody, not even yourself, knows what is the absolute maximum of your potential. So for all intents and purposes, train like you have no limits. Hey everyone, we really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button and click on the subscribe to subscribe for more videos. Alright, see you next time!